In our last video, you got a front row seat to the power of our predictive management dashboard, its features, its capabilities, and why it's such a game changer. But now, it's time to go behind the scenes. Today, I'll show you exactly how this dashboard was made in a quick and easy step-by-step guide you can follow to create one yourself. Ready to turn data into decisions? Let's dive in. Behind every powerful dashboard is a rock-solid database. Neat, accurate, and consistent. Without it, even the best visuals fall short. Therefore, if your data is text, for example, countries, it's a text-based entry, so we have to make sure that our data type is either text or general. For the date, it should be type date. And for numbers, especially if you want to perform calculations on them, make sure that they are of a type number. Another important point is consistency of data entry. So how do we make sure that we have consistent entries, especially for the important elements of the dashboard like country, product line, and customer? The answer to that is data validation. Meta validation means that you can only enter information that's predefined. For example, here, it's Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand, Vietnam. So you can only choose from these choices. You cannot, for example, you want to type country ABC, that will not be accepted. Okay, so this is how data validation works. With data validation, you are ensured that your entries will only be the entries that you require. No wrong spellings, no entries that are invalid, only entries that are required and essential to creating an accurate report. Before I build dashboards, I usually run the file through a quick readiness checklist, just to make sure the structure won't cause issues later. I've shared the checklist below if you want to check your own file before moving on. How do we create data validation? We have here predefined entries we want for the country, product line, and service. This is to standardize our countries. So for a country, we want only these choices. So this how to do it. Select the entire column under country. Go to data validation. Under the allow drop-down list, let's choose list. And for the source, we click on this and then select the countries. Press OK. And now you can see that our choices will only be limited to the countries that we have defined. Indonesia, for example, Malaysia, and Philippines. If you try to type in a different country, like USA, this won't be accepted, because it's not part of this list. We will do the same for product line and service, but we will have to speed up the video from here. There we go. However, there is still one thing that we can improve on. As you notice, this drop-down menu is covering this entire list. However, caliper service is not a valid drilling product line service. Same way, NWD service is not a valid logging service, and motor service is not a valid measurement service. For drilling, only motor and RSS are valid services. For logging, only caliper, gauges, and sonic are valid services. And for measurements, only MWD, Memory Survey, and Real-Time Survey are valid services. So, what we should do. Let's copy drilling, logging, and measurements. We want to create another list with drilling, logging, and measurements as the headers. So we'll paste them here, but we'll choose paste special and transpose. So they become the headers of our new list. And then, as we said, modern RSS should be under drilling. Copy that, paste them here. Colic or the cases and Sonic are the services under logging, so we base them here. MWD, Memory Survey, and the Real-Time Survey, they are services of measurements, so we paste them here. And then, let's go to Formulas, press Select from Selection. We only want the rows to be the header values, so we will unclick left column, press OK. And now we need to remove the original data validation here, because that's what we wanted to improve on. Go to Data, Data Validation, and we just select any value to erase their original data validation here. Okay, let's erase this, and then we will go to data validation again, click on lists, and in the source we have to type this formula now. Indirect, open parentheses, select the corresponding row of the product line, close parentheses, but then we want the reference to be dynamic, so we have to remove the dollar signs, and we press OK. So as you can see now, the options for services are only modern RSS because they are the only services valid under drilling. If we change the product line to logging, our choices would be Caliper, Gauges, and Sonic. If we choose the product line, change the product line and make it measurements, services will now be MWD, Memory Survey, and Real-Time Survey. In order for this to be cascaded all throughout the service column, we'll just copy that and paste it to the remaining rows of the column. And now, measurements, available choices are M the P, logging, available choices are the logging services, and measurements again. Now let's change this now to drilling, and the available choices are motor and RSS. Let's choose motor. This is a way to ensure that our entries are always valid in order for us to generate an accurate and meaningful report. Always be guided by the principle of GIGO, garbage in, garbage out, to ensure integrity of data and accuracy of your report. Now that we are assured of the integrity of our database, we can start to build our reports and perform data analysis with confidence. Join me on my next video where we'll start to build a dynamic dashboard from the ground up. Starting with pivot tables, pivot charts, and slicers. See you there.